Today we're doing my nails again. It's been a bit. Well, has it? I don't know, a month? I don't know. I should have researched before this intro. I'm going to show you how to do this neutral nail design to make it look like your natural nail even though it's extensions, and kind of gives that ombre nail effect and also kind of that lip gloss nail trend. And these are the same nails that I wore to the Portland Nail Expo, which you gotta go watch that vlog. Go watch me watch. Come on, go watch me work the booth at the Portland Nail Expo if you ever want to see what a nail expo is like. And if you're new here, my name is Katie Masters, also known as Nail Thoughts on Instagram and all the other social medias. I also have a whole gel line in collaboration with Kokoist, the Japanese gel company, and I think that's all you need to know for now. So let's get started on my nails. Okay, so first things first, I just missed my long nails. I had to keep cutting them short because something exciting is I reshot. I had a whole photo shoot reshooting all of my colors, but like with hand models this time, so I had to like paint press-ons for every single person, every single finger, and every single color. So I just had to keep my nails short for a bit until we got those done, and so now I'm like, no, it's time. I'm extending my nails. So today we're using the Kokoist Gel Lip Gel Extension Tips. So first step before anything is just size your nails first. I've done it before where I forgot to size my client's nails, and I've already like put the base coat on and everything and prepped it so nicely, and then I'm like, oh no, and then you have to size the nail on top of the base coat and it just doesn't work out. So size your nails first, don't forget it. And I don't have anything on my nails, so all I'm gonna do is just prep it with my cuticle bit and get it all nice and matte and not shiny before my base coat application. So all I'm doing with this cuticle bit is just making sure, because cuticle grows onto the nail, a lot of times it's invisible unless they're like really dry, but there's cuticle that grows onto the nail. So this bit, all it's doing is buffing off any dead skin that's gonna get in the way of my application and cause lifting. And let me show you a replay of that skin that just flew off my nail. Hold on. Just watch how satisfying that top corner is. Look at that. The skin starts getting loosened up and then just flies right off. So that skin would have caused lifting, but it looked invisible, right? You didn't see it until I started filing it off. So just make sure and you properly prep the nail, otherwise you're gonna get lifting and it's gonna be in that area that gets caught in your hair, and it's not a good feeling. And then once everything is nice and prepped and clean, I'm just gonna buff the inside of each gel extension that I already pre-sized, make it nice and matte. And then it's time. We're gonna cleanse the nail with a little alcohol, get rid of all the dust and any excess oils on the nail. And we're gonna start with our application process. Today we're gonna use clear builder base, my clear builder base, and with my gel extensions, I always do one coat of base coat on top of every nail and cure it fully before I do the gel extension tips on top. So with this step, you just wanna make sure that you're covering the entire nail, not missing any spots with this base coat. Because I find that this cured layer of base coat underneath the gel extension tip, this foundational layer, helps prevent flooding in the cuticle or sidewalls when you go to apply that tip, because gel likes other gel, so it kind of just goes where the other gel is. So if it has that foundational layer that tells it where to go, you're golden. Okay, now it's extension time. This was the most difficult, just because doing it on yourself, especially the process of having to hold it down while you're curing it, it's a lot. So I would suggest being prepared maybe with a motion sensor light. I was not, because it's one of those things where you just wake up and you're like, I'm gonna do my nails today, and you're at home and you don't have your stuff in your salon, so you just make do with what you have. That's what happened today. But we made it work, So all I did was I painted the inside of the pinky, did a little scoop right at the cuticle, and I applied it right below the cuticle, and I did the pinky first because I knew I could hold it down with my thumb and cure it at the same time. So the only thing is you just got to be really careful not to accidentally move your thumb or your finger that's holding it down, not to like accidentally lift up your finger that's holding it down, just because you could end up accidentally curing it crooked. If you lift up without realizing, it could have a giant air bubble in the middle of it. So I would recommend getting a little motion sensor light. That's all. Okay, let me walk you through the gel extension process one more time. So all I did was I painted a thin coat on the inside of the tip and then scraped the side of my brush against the cuticle part to create a little gel pool. So I wanted it to have that little pool, so then when I go in to the nail, I put it at like a 45-degree angle just right below the cuticle area, and that pool is going to continue filling in all the gel that's needed to combine the tip onto the nail. And then again, I have to press it down, so I was very gentle and I pressed the button with the hand, dangerous, the same hand that I was holding the nail down with, and pressed it down while I cured. So now I'll just let you watch me do the rest of them before we move on to the next step. And we're all done with application. Don't mind my ring finger. I jammed myself with the nippers. I was going too fast and I just girl bossed a little too close to the sun there. But either way, we are done. And now what you want to do is you want to cleanse all the stickiness off of the gel. And then once all the stickiness is gone, you're going to take an e-file bit and blend the tip to the natural nail. And for me, I mean, this was the only bit that I had in my own at-home kit, so I was like, it'll do the trick. And personally, I accidentally pushed the tip up while it was curing, so you can kind of see there's like a little bit of like bulbous gel right there, because of course, when you're moving too much, you accidentally push the tip up a little bit. So all good though, because that's what the e-file bit's for. So that's all I'm doing, is just evening out the cuticle area and making it nice and smooth, so when we apply the gel, it just looks like my super seamless natural nails. And now we just add another layer of base coat. So I'm using Clear Builder Base again, and this is just a layer one to help the gel color go on smoother, but also just to further blend the tip with the natural nail to make it absolutely perfect. Then, of course, the decision was, okay, what am I going to do on my nails? Because these are going to be the nails for the nail expo. I'm going to use all my new colors because they're launching at the expo. And I tried practicing and I did a couple really cool things on tips. I'm mixing colors, doing all this fancy stuff, making it nice and glowy and cool. But I don't know, I wasn't into it. And I felt like I was doing it just because I felt pressure to do some sort of like fun art for the show. Like, I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? No, let's just do something that I want to do. Like, I don't want to be like doing nails just, for like the Instagram post, just for like the cool factor. And I was like, that's it. I'm just going to do my basic color and be happy with it and not feel like I did it for someone else, like for like, I don't know, for literally likes. So here we are. This is what we decided to do. So as you can see, it's a clear tip, right? But of course, as mentioned earlier, I wanted it to be like my natural nails. So here is the little trick I did. First of all, look how good my thumb looks. This was me just admiring my thumb. So first thing I did was I took Overcast, which is a milky white color, and all I did was I put a thin layer on just the free edge to cover up the clearness of the tip. Then before curing it, I took my brush. First of all, look at this brush. I've never shown you How cool is that? I feel like this was one of my first times using it. I didn't want to open it. I was like, no. But I didn't cure it, and I took my brush, which kind of didn't need to happen, to be honest. I tried to blend the Milky White into my nail, but it's like already such a sheer color, so it really didn't need too much blending. And let me show you the side view just to show how not thick this layer was. And then once that was cured, I took the new color, which is just like a very sheer, just nudie nude, just very sheer. So first I just did one coat, and it's nice because since it's so sheer, you can still see the Milky White underneath, which is why I knew that step would be so important, because I knew I wanted a sheer color. But I don't really like the way it looks when you can see the gel extension stuff underneath. So that's why I did the Milky White. And here it is after just one coat, and I was having a hard time deciding if I wanted to do just one coat or two because it just looked so good. It really looked like my natural nail, but I ended up deciding on 2 coats. And then it was time to just do the rest of the hands. So I'll see you at the end for the final product. And also, can you do me a favor? Only if you liked this video. Can you like it? Can you give it a thumbs up? I feel like that's the thing for YouTube. So, I mean, if you want, you can subscribe too. I mean, it's up to you. But thanks for watching either way. I mean, I'm so grateful that you're literally here at the end of the video. So thank you.